Andre Agassi is an American former world No. 1 tennis player. He is an 8-time major champion, an Olympic gold medalist, and a runner-up in 7 other majors. Born April 29, 1970, age 54 years, Las Vegas, Nevada, United States.
Spause: Steffi Graf, M 2001, Brooke Shields, M 1997 bis 1999.
Children: Jaden Gill Agassi, Jazz L. Agassi. Grand Slams 1, Singles 8. Height:
1.8 meters.
Parents: Emmanuel Agassi, Elizabeth Agassi. Andre Agassi net worth $145 million.
Early life.
Andre Agassi was born in Las Vegas, Nevada, to Emmanuel Jamaica Agassi, Agassian, a former Olympic boxer from Iran, and American Elizabeth E. Betty Agassi, née Dudley. His father is of Armenian and Assyrian heritage. Andre Agassi's mother, Betty, is a breast cancer survivor. He has 3 older siblings: Rita, last wife of former number 1 Poncho Gonzalez, Philip, and Tammy. Andre was given the middle name Kirk after Kirk Kerkorian, an Armenian-American billionaire. Emmanuel Agassi, then a waiter at Tropicana Las Vegas, had met Kerkorian in 1963. At the age of 12, Agassi and his good friend and doubles partner, Roddy Parks, won the 1982 National Indoor Boys 14s Doubles Championship in Chicago. Agassi describes memorable experiences and juvenile pranks with Roddy in his book Open. When he was 13, Agassi was sent to Nick Bollettieri's tennis academy in Florida. He was meant to stay for only 3 months, because that was all his father could afford. After 30 minutes of watching Agassi play, Bollettieri, deeply impressed by his talent, called Mike and said, "Hey, take your check back. He's here for free." Agassi then dropped out of school in the 9th grade to pursue a full-time tennis career. Professional career: 1986 to 1993, breakthrough and the first major title. Agassi turned professional at the age of 16 and competed in his first tournament at La Quinta, California. He won his first match against John Austin, but then lost his second match to Mats Wilander. By the end of 1986, Agassi was ranked No. 91. He won his first top-level singles title in 1987 at the Seoul American Open in Itaparica and ended the year ranked No. 25. He won 6 additional tournaments in 1988, Memphis, U.S. Men's Clay Court Championships, Forest Hills WCT, Stuttgart Outdoor, Volvo International and Livingston Open, and, by December of that year, he had surpassed $1 million in career prize money after playing in just 43 tournaments, the fastest anyone in history had reached that level. During 1988, he also set the Open-era record for most consecutive victories by a male teenager, a record that stood for 17 years until Rafael Nadal broke it in 2005. His year-end ranking was No. 3, behind second-ranked Ivan Lendl and top-ranked Mats Wilander. Both the Association of Tennis Professionals and Tennis Magazine named Agassi the most improved player of the year for 1988. In addition to not playing the Australian Open, which later became his best Grand Slam event, for the first 8 years of his career, Agassi chose not to play at Wimbledon from 1988 through 1990, although he first played there in 1987, only to lose in the first round to Henri Leconte, and publicly stated that he did not wish to play there because of the event's traditionalism, particularly its predominantly white dress code to which players at the event are required to conform. Strong performances on the tour meant that Agassi was quickly tipped as a future Grand Slam champion. While still a teenager, he reached the semifinals of both the French Open and the US Open in 1988 and made the US Open semifinals in 1989. He began the 1990s with a series of near misses. He reached his first Grand Slam final in 1990 at the French Open, where he was favored before losing in 4 sets to Andres Gomez, which he later attributed in his book to worrying about his wig falling off during the match. He reached his second Grand Slam final of the year at the US Open, defeating defending champion Boris Becker in the semifinals. His opponent in the final was Pete Sampras. A year earlier, Agassi had crushed Sampras, after which time he told his coach that he felt bad for Sampras because he was never going to make it as a pro. Agassi lost the US Open final to Sampras in 3 sets. The Agassi-Sampras rivalry became the biggest one in tennis over the rest of the decade. Agassi ended 1990 on a high note as he helped the United States win its first Davis Cup in 8 years on home soil against Australia, 3-2, and won his only Tennis Masters Cup, beating reigning Wimbledon champion Stefan Edberg in the final. In 1991, Agassi reached his second consecutive French Open final, where he faced fellow Bollettieri Academy alumnus Jim Courier. Courier emerged the victor in a 5-set final. The Las Vegan was a set and 3-1 up when came the rain. The rain delay proved to be a confidence builder for Courier. Agassi decided to play at Wimbledon in 1991, leading to weeks of speculation in the media about the clothes he would wear. He eventually emerged for the first round in a completely white outfit. He reached the quarterfinals on that occasion, losing in 5 sets to David Wheaton. Agassi's Grand Slam tournament breakthrough came at Wimbledon, not at the French Open or the US Open, where he had previously enjoyed success. In 1992, he defeated Goran Ivanišević in a 5-set final. Along the way, Agassi overcame 2 former Wimbledon champions, Boris Becker and John McEnroe. No other baseliner would triumph at Wimbledon until Leighton Hewitt 10 years later. Agassi was named the BBC Overseas Sports Personality of the Year in 1992. Agassi once again played on the United States Davis Cup winning team in 1992. It was their second Davis Cup title in 3 years. Agassi famously played the game wearing Oakley brand sunglasses, and a photo of him from the day appeared on the cover of Tennis magazine. In his memoir, he wrote that he was covering up bloodshot eyes from a hangover and claimed that the founder of Oakley, Jim Jannard, had sent him a Dodge Viper to thank him for the inadvertent publicity. In 1993, Agassi won the only doubles title of his career, at the Cincinnati Masters, partnered with Petr Korda. He missed much of the early part of that year due to injuries. Although he made the quarterfinals in his Wimbledon title defense, he lost to eventual champion and No. 1 Pete Sampras in 5 sets. Agassi lost in the first round at the US Open to Thomas Enqvist and required wrist surgery late in the year.
Personal life.
Relationships and family. In the early 1990s, after dating Wendy Stewart, Agassi dated American singer and entertainer Barbra Streisand. He wrote about the relationship in his 2009 autobiography. "Should we agree that we're good for each other, and so what if she's 28 years older? We're simpatico, and the public outcry only adds spice to our connection. It makes our friendship feel forbidden, taboo, another piece of my overall rebellion. Dating Barbra Streisand is like wearing hot lava." He was married to Brooke Shields from 1997 to 1999. He married Steffi Graf on October 22, 2001, at their Las Vegas home. The only witnesses were their mothers. They have 2 children, son Jaden Gill, born 2001, and daughter Jazz L., born 2003. Agassi has said that he and Graf are not pushing their children toward becoming tennis players. The Graf-Agassi family resides in Summerlin, a community in the Las Vegas Valley. Graf's mother and brother, Michael, with his 4 children, also live there. Longtime trainer Gil Reyes has been called one of Agassi's closest friends. Some have described him as being a father figure to Agassi. In 2012, Agassi and Reyes introduced their own line of fitness equipment, Biography by Agassi and Reyes. In December 2008, Agassi's childhood friend and former business manager, Perry Rogers, sued Graf for $50,000 in management fees he claimed that she owed him.